Don Bosco Technological College started about 73 years ago. Originally, up to now, we are looking after the children who are orphans, poor, from the broken family, working classes. They all have been granted free education from the beginning. All of the students, there are about 900 who are in this program, receive free education. How we are running our college without getting the money from the student. We let them work. So we are producing on the product that we receive the order from the factories surrounding Bangkok and all over the country. The income from each department will serve as the, the subsidy to support the administration and management of the college. At that time, there are several deaf students from the general education walking around the street, selling souvenirs to tourists. And the Salesians thought that it would be much better for them to have a good job in the future. So we invited them, the first group, to enter our non-formal education in printing.
I wake up at 5 in the morning to go to work until 3 in the afternoon. Then I prepare to go back to study here from 5 to 9:30 p.m. I do it daily with no problems. I've already been formed here to learn to stay with normal people. So I do not have difficulty adjusting to life with others who can hear and see. When I cannot communicate, I write and ask them to answer.
Then in 2006, we changed from non-formal education to inclusive education. It means all the deaf students have to enter the first 3-year high school vocational program as the ordinary hearing student. So we put them together in the same classroom. Then in one classroom, there are 2 teachers officially, the classroom teacher and the sign language interpreter, plus the note-taking teacher who will supervise or checking whether the deaf student can catch up with the classroom or not. To facilitate the program or managing the inclusive education, put them together, you might ask how we manage. We have the training for the teachers from the special education to serve as a sign language interpreter in the classroom. All the student and teacher in the printing department have to study common sign language in order to communicate with the deaf in the classroom or in the practice or in the playground. So there is nothing special for them. They have to study the same book, the same subject, and they have to take the examination in the same paper, no exception.
At the beginning, I had no problems because I had studied to enter here, but I had not learned sign language very well, so communicating is still a bit difficult for me. So I write to communicate with my employer. Now I have to study more, read more, so that I can be facilitated in communicating.
They play together in the football field, basketball field, and everything. No separation, no special class has been offered to them. It means we want them to live in a society as a normal people, as a dignity, as a same person who have the right to enjoy the same life in a society. That's why we call it inclusive education.
We Salesians have to be here 24 hours, let's say, because they cannot see. We have to be with them for the whole day, for the whole night. And then we teach, we talk about Don Bosco to them. We are with them during lunch, breakfast, during what you call supper, recreation. During night, after praying, we have a good night with them.
The initial use of the cane happens here too gradually. From a somewhat fixed passage here, circumscribed, then slowly it expands until they are instructed to be comfortably independent, to go to town, take buses, take the boat, and what is needed to be done. So they can become accustomed to total independence. The man who is behind this is the instructor who, besides giving the technical notions for using the cane, is a good psychologist. Each one has a way of reacting to it, and the instructor can figure out where to insist and where he must not insist.
We use a Salesian preventive system to educate the students. Even they are Buddhists, but they know about Don Bosco, about Mary, about Salesian.
After that, it was about structuring the factor, say, of professional training. After having made so many attempts in many different fields, we focused on Thai massage. We were also there helped by Providence. It has provided us with one of the best teachers of Thai massage techniques, and so we started our work, which then gradually grew to become today a model centre, an advanced centre, which has led our students to have the maximum which could be obtained in this area, namely a professional license. Before I came here, I had no hope in life. I no longer knew how it could change. When I came here to the Salesians, I began to understand that not only could I be independent and help myself, but also help my family and society. From the Salesians, I learned two things. The first, that Don Bosco does not abandon the needy, especially the young. The second is the climate of family that is created in the Salesian homes. Physical and sports activities are not neglected as a rehabilitation discipline. There are morning gymnastics and weekly training at goalball. It is a team game that can be played by blind and visually impaired athletes. The rattle placed inside the game ball allows players, once the ball is launched by opponents, to perceive the sound and its path, so they can prevent the ball going past and scoring the goal. Since 1980, goalball has officially entered the Summer Paralympic Games program. Hands linked to a sensitive heart, shaped on Salesian love and kindness, to a life that seemed to end or bound to the margins of society, know how to give meaning.